What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Greek here, and today I got something real special for you. And this video made me realize how badly I need a new microphone, like a desktop one. So stay tuned. If you guys didn't notice behind me, well, behind to the left of me, I have, ta-da! I have a system that I'm building for a former coworker and a friend of mine, and I love doing PC builds. I really do. I think anyone that's into PC in general likes doing builds, even if they're not their own. So he asked me, he got the parts, and I told him, yeah, I'll put it together for him, and you know, why not make a couple videos here and there? So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm going to go run through the parts with you a little bit. So here we go. We have an Intel Core i5 4690K. Really nice processor. He's going to be playing a bunch of games. He's going to be playing games like DayZ. So the 4690, I'm sorry. I want to say 4960. But the 4690 is going to be a really good processor for him. Next we have the G.Skill Sniper Series, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 1866 RAM. This is really, really nice RAM. I'm incredibly jealous about it. I actually would love to have this RAM in my system, but I can't right now. So this is really nice RAM, and I'm really excited about it. For the motherboard, we have an Asus Z97-A. This is a really well-reviewed motherboard. It wasn't too expensive. It has everything that he needs. It has enough ports for extra hard drives, and Asus has like really, really good motherboards. I'm really impressed with this motherboard. So yeah, you can't go wrong with this one. And it's SLI and Crossfire compatible, which is going to help us with the next part of this build, which is the Radeon AMD Radeon R9 285. Now the question is that I know I'm going to get a lot is, why didn't I go with an NVIDIA solution or anything like that? Well, honestly, originally his budget was a little more, and he was going to get a 780. He toned it down a little bit, and literally right after he toned it, a little after he toned it down, this debuted, and everyone I know has been talking about this card, and they're so impressed with this card, and you know, he's not going to be playing he's not playing at 1440p or 4K or anything like that. So this card is going to be perfect for what he needs. It's a perfect 1080p gaming card, and it's just, it was at the right price point that he needed it. It's everything he needs, nothing that he doesn't. So that's going to be pretty good. And like I said, he's only playing at 1080p. He's not playing at 1440p or 4K or anything like that. I don't think he's gonna have any. I don't think he's gonna have more than one monitor. So honestly, he's not really gonna need anything more than that. He's not really gonna need a 780 or a 770. And anyways, I think this beats out the 770 if I'm not mistaken. I think so. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's not gonna need much more than that. So this is perfect. And I got the Gigabyte one because Gigabyte. I've always wanted to try a Gigabyte card, so this will be my first time trying it. So here we go. Next, we have the Next from EVGA. It's a 750 watt gold rated full, I think it's fully modular or semi-modular. Yeah, fully modular power supply. It's powerful enough for this card, everything else he has in this rig, and it's powerful enough to, if he really wants to, God, look at that glare. If he really wants to add another graphics card later on down the line, he can. I don't think he's going to, but it's powerful enough for that. And EVGA makes really, really good power supplies. And I was originally going to buy this from my system myself, but the power supply that I got was on sale and it was cheaper, so that's why I went with that. And I got him a gold rated because, you know, you never want to skimp on the power supply. If there's one thing in your system that you should never skimp on, it's the power supply. Get the best power supply you can for the money that you can afford, because a bad power supply can literally and will literally ruin your system. And once your power supply goes, you can't do anything. So you never want to skimp the power supply. Never, ever, ever skimp on the power supply. If you can get gold rated, get gold rated. If you can get higher, get higher. If you have to sacrifice another part, you know, whether it's not getting an SSD or anything like that to get a better power supply, I suggest that you do it, because you never want to buy a cheap, crappy power supply. If you're wondering about what kind of power supply you should get, Johnny Guru is like the end all be all when it comes to power supplies. So if you're ever curious, go to Johnny Guru, check out the power supply you're interested in, and if he gives it a good rating and a good award, go for it. And you can check other sites too, but that's what I did. So good power supply. Speaking of storage and SSDs, we got this. We have an ADATA. What is it again? It's an SP610 128 gigabyte SSD. So it's funny. Before you have an SSD, you don't really think you need one, but once you have one, you cannot live without it. And it's just you need it. You really need it. So this is the SSD, and for mass storage, he has a, sorry, my nose is itchy. And for mass storage, he has a Western Digital. God, the glare is just crazy right now. The Western Digital Caviar Black 1 terabyte. I think he has another hard drive, but this is going to be just for games, anything else that you want to put on there. And this is going to be his OS, and probably OS and maybe like 1 or 2 games, because 120 gigs nowadays isn't really that much, but it's a start, and then the rest is going to be on here. So let's see what's next. Next is the cooler. Now, I went with an H100i because of the case, for a few reasons, but because the case is so restrictive with air, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what kind of case I'm talking about. It's an H440, but we're going to get to that in greater detail in a second. It's so restricted from air. Water cooling is the best solution. You can go with an air cooler on the H440, but the H440 is a silent case. It's meant to be quiet, so you're not going to want an air cooler in there that's going to be starved for air. I don't really know if it's going to be starved for air, but from what I looked at before in the case, it's not that well. There's not that much. The airflow is not that great, is what I'm trying to say. So I said, spring for a liquid cooler. It'll keep your temps down. It'll keep everything quiet. Well, at least, you know, as quiet as you can be with these stock fans, because these stock fans are not that good. I'm sorry, Corsair. I love you. I love Corsair. I really do. But the stock fans are just not that good. Last but not least, we have the case. Like I mentioned before, it is an NZXT H440. Now, I am so excited to build in this case. I've been mentioning on stream quite often, and I'm so excited to build in this case, because this case is beautiful. If you want my honest opinion, I love this case. I love the side window. I love the power supply shroud. I love this case. I love the matte finish, and it's just awesome. It really is. It is just a beautiful case, and I'm so excited to build in this case. And like I said before, he's going with a black and green motif, which is NVIDIA / Razer theme, but he has an AMD card, but that's funny. And I'm also going to be throwing in an NZXT what do you call it, a LED lighting strip kit. So these are really nice too. But I'm very, very excited to build in this case. I want to see how good it is, if it's as good as everyone's saying it is. So that I'm really excited about. And yeah, so that's all the parts. And yeah, so let's get to it. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you enjoyed the video. It was something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Put a lot of work into it, and some time has passed now, and he loves the computer. He's absolutely thrilled with it. He couldn't be happier, and I could not be happier. It's just everything went the way I wanted to go. No problems with the hardware, no problems with the software, no problems with anything. It's a beautiful system. I hope you like the glamour footage too. That was kind of taken after the fact when he had it at home, because I didn't have a chance to record it because the camera that I was going to use kind of died and I didn't have batteries. It was a whole issue. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a like and a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.